Hey guys, Steve Welch here, Beaman Toyota in downtown Nashville. I'm going to answer a question for you guys that I get a lot, not necessarily on YouTube, but I get it a lot when I'm just talking to people in general. A lot of times when people come on the lot, they'll ask that question. Sometimes when they web in, they'll ask that question. But here's the question, and they want to know what is the smallest, the medium, the largest. What is the order of the size of the SUVs in the Toyota lineup? All right, now I'm going to give it to you in a chronological order, however you want to call it. I'm going to give it to you in an order from the smallest to the largest when it comes to the size of your Toyotas. All right, this right here is the baby. This is the CHR. CHR stands for Coupe High Rider. All right, so it's meant to drive and feel like a car. All right, and it's meant to give the look of being a coupe, a two-door, but it's not. You have your handle right up here. Sorry about the ambulance that's in the back there. We are downtown Nashville, so sometimes that happens, but hope whoever that is all right. But all right, so anyway, there is your CHR, and I'm not going to show you the inside of them just because I've got other videos. If you want to go look at the CHR, you can definitely look at my videos on the CHR, and you can see the inside, the features, the different trim levels. I have the TTLS series, your Toyota trim level series, so you can go through all these different SUVs that I'm about to show you, and you can see the inside, the outside, the features, and actually some of the ways that they're going to be beneficial for you or not, be quite honest with you. So this is your CHR. Like I said, this is your baby. All right, and these are 2020s. The 2021s are landing as well, though. So now I'm going to kind of lean back over here, and I'm going to walk back and forth just because I didn't move a bunch of cars around. It is what it is, but hopefully you guys bear with me a little bit here. But your next level up is your RAV4. All right. So your RAV4 is a staple. It's been around for years. 5 passengers, of course. A little more room in the back seat than the CHR, definitely. All available in the hybrid or non-hybrid. The CHR is only available in the non-hybrid. These are both hybrids, but that doesn't say much because you can get them in either one, all right? So you can see your overall size when you're looking at the RAV4s. The back end's bigger, obviously. You've got definitely size advantages. They drive really nice. They are a really, really great vehicle to drive. Handling's good. You get your extra height there, a little bit taller off the ground. Just a great vehicle to drive. Just like I said, feels really good. So now, once again, if you want to see more on those, check out the TTLS, the Toyota Trim Level series that I do. Check out, I got a playlist for them. You can go RAV4, you can look straight down the playlist and find that out. So now here's the next one. I'm going to walk straight over to this one that we're looking at here, kind of going back and forth a little bit. But your next level up, this is between your RAV4 and your Highlander. This is the next level up. This is the all new 2021 Venza. Now, the Venza was around. It was discontinued in 2014 as a nameplate, but this doesn't really share anything with the old Venza. The old Venza was never available in a hybrid. This one's only in a hybrid. All right, this one's the most base level, but it's also the first one we've had land. All right, so your Venza gives you a little bit more interior space than what the RAV4 is. It's overall, the size is very similar to the RAV4. The height is a little bit lower than the RAV4, it seems, but your length seems like it's a little bit longer on the inside. So I'm just going by how it seems, how it feels, but this is your level that is between your RAV4 and your Highlander. Also, your width is going to be just a little bit wider, I believe, than what the RAV4 is. Don't call me on that if I'm wrong. Like I said, these things just landed. They are a really cool vehicle. They're actually pretty fun to drive as well. Really, really stable, really fun. Check out, I did already a video on this one, so you can check that out too as part of the trim level series. So definitely check that out when it comes to the Venza. So like I said, your CHR, then your RAV4, which was over there, and your Venza. So those are your first three, CHRF or Venza. So what is after the Venza? Well, that goes into one of my favorites. This is the Toyota Highlander. All right, this one was redesigned for 2020. All right, so the 2020, 2021s will look the same. They've added the XSE when it comes to the 2021s. And I actually have a couple down here, so I can kind of give you a quick glimpse of that. But I did do a video for the trim level series on all of the Highlanders as well. I have a really good playlist on the Highlanders, so you can find out everything you want to know by checking on that playlist on the Highlanders. So this is your XSE in the Highlander. You can tell by the different grille. So these red ones and the silver one here are your XSEs in the Highlander. Definitely a little bit different of a look. You can see the silver trim on the red ones a little bit better than you can see it obviously on the silver one there. So that's your next level up. So now there is a point of contention. All right, so I call the Highlander the next level up. Some people call the Highlander one level above the Forerunner. So now here's the thing, the Forerunner and the Highlander are roughly the same size, and some people think that the Forerunner is bigger, but overall cargo capacity, technically the Highlander just a little bit bigger, but I consider them sisters, let's put it that way. They're about the same size. All right, this is your Forerunner. So now I always tell people, if you're trying to think between getting a Forerunner and getting a Highlander, ask yourself how you want the car to drive. All right, if you want the vehicle to drive more like a car, more of a comfort ride, go with your Highlander. If you want something more rugged, more rough, a little tighter suspension, something that feels more like a truck, a little bit more power and a bigger engine, 6-speed transmission, go with your Forerunner. Your Forerunner is going to give you that extra there. So like I said, your Forerunner is going to be a little wider, but it's not going to be as long as the Highlander. But overall, your cargo capacity is roughly the same size. Your engine, you're going to get better fuel economy in the Highlander than you will in the Forerunner. But it's, like I said, to each their own, right? Now, there's a problem with the next level up, and the problem with that is that we sold the one I was going to show you. So the next level up is actually going to be the Land Cruiser, and that's in size. All right, but in money, the Land Cruiser is definitely the top when it comes to money. All right, so the Land Cruiser is one of those that is, it's kind of hard to find just because they're so high in money that not a lot of people stock them. So I'm going to mention the Land Cruiser here, and then we're going to go from the Land Cruiser, we're going to go to the next vehicle. By the way, some people, and I don't, but some people would consider the Minivan in this line. So talking about cargo capacity, being able to haul, being able to do things like that. If you consider the Minivan as a kind of utility vehicle, which it really is a utility vehicle, if you consider that in there, I would probably put that in this particular spot, right near the Forerunner, the Highlander, and this is the Sienna. Obviously Sienna will be all hybrid for 2021, so watch for that. So that's the 2021s will be all hybrid for the Sienna, so get you about 30 miles a gallon, so definitely get you some of that. So if you consider this as part of your SUV search, which a lot of people don't, but if you do, I would probably put it at this point. All right, so I'm going to pause the video now because I got to walk up this hill here, and I'm going to take you to the Sequoia. All right, so we're going to do that here, and actually I'll keep talking to you here as we go up. So and kind of take a peek around. Hey, new buildings, right? So the Sequoia is the next level up. The Sequoia is, the Land Cruiser, I'm going to tell you too, the Land Cruiser is the first one that has the V8. Your Sequoia also has the V8. So those are the two top ones. Neither one gets the greatest of gas mileage. They're going to get you somewhere around the 16s to 18s, somewhere around in there. So neither one's going to give you knock down, drag them out type of fuel economy, but they are very, very well known and well loved for what they are. and the people that own them tend to really like them. So that being said, I'm coming up here to the Sequoia. All right, so this right here is your Toyota Sequoia. All right, so you can see the size. This realistically is the biggest when it comes to the SUVs for the Toyota family here. But you can see the size of it. You can see the look. You know, and like I said, you're gonna get your V8. You have several different trim lines of it, but that is the Toyota Sequoia, and that is, like I said, so that's going to be to your top of your trim levels. So now I do have something that I can show you, and I'm gonna actually do that because I can just walk down here. I have a Lexus that is, well, maybe I don't. All right, we must have sold that one too. Anyway, so I thought I had a Lexus that was the same as Land Cruiser, but I don't see that right now. So anyway, so once again, I'm just trying to give you guys some information on your SUVs. So we're going to talk about your Highlanders, your CHRs, everything. So if you want to follow your chronological order again on your Toyota SUVs, you start with your CHR, then you go to your RAV4, then you go to your Venza, from your Venza to your Highlander and your Forerunner, like I said, roughly the same size. From your Forerunner, you're going to go to your Land Cruiser, and then you're going to go to your Sequoia. All right, so those are going to be the, like I said, the chronological order of the smallest SUV to the largest SUV as of the 2021 model year. And like I said, if you want to throw that Sienna in there somewhere around the Highlander, you can definitely do that. Your space-wise, you're probably going to be just a little bit bigger than what your Highlander and your Forerunner would be on overall cargo space because it's a wider vehicle. So you get just a little tick more in the Sienna there. So that being said, hopefully this video helped you guys out to know which one's right for you. Actually, let me add one other thing for you guys here. Third row. All right, your third row is not available in the CHR, not available in the RAV4, not since 2012. Look that up. You'll find out it's really, really interesting that they ever put a third row in a RAV4. But in the 2012 model, they did offer a third row. So a little bit of trivia for you guys there. So your CHR does not have it, your RAV4 does not have it, your Venza is not a third row vehicle. Some people thought it would be. It is not a third row. Your Highlanders will all have third row. Every one of them has third row. So if you're asking, does this one have it? The answer is yes. If you have a Highlander, it has a third row. Forerunners can have third rows, but not in all of them. You cannot have a third row in a Pro, an off, or a TRD off-road. You can have it in an SR5, an SR5 Premium. You can have it in a Limited, and that should be it in the Forerunners. Your Ventures don't have third rows available. Off-roads Premiums don't have third row available. And your Pros do not have third row available. So none of those have third row availables in your Forerunners. So Land Cruiser, the Heritage Edition of the previous year did not have a third row. Every other one did. And now I believe the Heritage Edition is coming with the third row option. And like I said, if I'm wrong on that, definitely you guys always can call me out on that. But I believe the third row option will be in the Heritage, but it is standard in the other one. Will have a third row, and it's the kind that tilts to the outside of each side of the inside of the vehicle. It's kind of a cool thing. You have to see that. Your Sequoia will all have third rows. There's not an option that doesn't. And then all of your Siennas, for the way that we've been talking about this video, all of your Siennas have third row, and it'll fold down into the back. And your second row will either be a captain's chair, or it'll have a captain's chair with the possibility of an 8-row or an 8-seat that goes in between those captain's chairs. So you either have 7 or 8 passenger seating in the Sienna. So when it comes down to it, now just kind of summing up a little bit there. So you'll have, realistically, it says 5 passenger seating in the CHR. You're probably more comfortable with 4. In the RAV4, you're good with 5. That's the max you'll get in the RAV4. In the Venza, like I said, 5 again in the Venza. There's not a third row in the Venza, so you're good with 5 in the Venza. In the Highlander, you have either 7 or 8 passenger seating, depending on if you have captain's chair second row or not. So check out my videos on which ones offer that, of course. But if you have either 7 or 8 passenger availability in the Highlander, like I said, you will have 7 passenger in the Forerunner. Your third row only offers 2 seats in the third row in the Forerunner if you have that. If you don't have a third row, the off-road, the Pro, or you have like the SR5 or SR5 Premium, but you don't have the third row in it, there are options in those, then you're going to have 5 passenger seating. So 3 in the back and then 2 up front. Your Land Cruiser, you're going to have 2 in the back. So you're going to have a 7 passenger seating or a 5 passenger if you don't have the third row, like in the Heritage Edition of the current year. In your Sequoia will have 7 passenger seating. You don't have a bench in the second row, I don't believe so. I believe you end at 7, quite possibly 8 if it's equipped a little bit different, but you should have 7 passenger seating in your Sequoia. Your Sienna has either 7 or 8 passenger, like I was just talking about. So trying to give you all the information to help you make a good decision on which of the vehicles you'd like to choose. So once again, Steve Welch with Beaman Toyota in Nashville. I hope you guys are having a great summer and look forward to fall with you guys. So definitely let me know if I can help you guys out here in Nashville. Like I said, at Beaman, you can reach out to me at buyatoyotanashville@yahoo.com. That's me, Stephen Welch. That goes straight to my email here. But just let me know if you have any questions, like, comment. I do respond to all the comments. I know some of you guys don't believe it, but I tend to respond pretty quick, actually. So like, comment, and if I miss something, definitely add it. It just helps everybody else if I've missed it. Not perfect, but I'm real close, as some of you guys can attest to. And those that can't, well, we're not listening to you anyway. But definitely, I appreciate you guys listening, and let me know if you have any questions or if you have anything you'd like to see in Toyota. Definitely post it down below, and we'll look forward to talking to you guys soon, and hopefully we'll see you here. Definitely, if you want to come down here and buy a car from me, or buy a car with me, actually, we'll have a great experience, we'll have a great time, and definitely, if you'd like to get on my YouTube channel, then we can do that too. So if you guys want to come down here, you definitely get a hold of me. I'm very easy to get a hold of here at the dealership. I'm here most days. So Steve Welch, Beaman Toyota in downtown Nashville. I hope you guys have a great day, enjoying the beautiful weather and the Nashville scenery here. And you guys have a great one. We will talk to you later.